go.
Hey YouTube, thanks for coming back to the Big Bear Homestead. We're not on the homestead right now. We're over at a nearby creek and we're going to continue our series on trapping with setting coon sets. We're out here on this creek bed going to set some coon sets. So you notice we got our little number one here. It's been freshly waxed and everything. So how do you set this trap? Well, before you start setting traps, I guess you got to know the parts. You got your levers, little dog. I call them dog ears to my son. That's the only way he can remember them. But they're really called levers. Okay, those go down. Those are what's connected to the spring. Okay, that's your jaw. This is your pan that goes up and down. And this is called the dog. Okay, pan, dog, pan, jaws, lever. Okay, good. Now that we got that out of the way. What you do, with the little number one, you can set it on your knee. Take your thumbs, the base of your thumbs, put them on the levers. Push down. So then you can take your thumbs and bring the jaws down if they don't go because they're still kind of stuck from being waxed. Okay? Then you take your booger finger, aka index finger, take your booger finger and your thumb and push down on the jaw like so. Now you can hold it. You take your other booger finger, grab the dog. Take your thumb, push the dog down, which pushes the jaw down. Come up on the underside of the other jaw, lift your pan up on the dog. Now your trap is set. Lower your other jaw. Okay? Now, your goal is to get your pan as level as possible. So that way, the animal doesn't, when he steps on it, it's not going boom and then the trap goes off. It just goes boom. Okay? So that's how you set the trap. Now, what kind of things are you going to be looking for the place to put the trap? Well, if you pan over here, you can see right here, we've got some old, or not old, some relatively new because we just had a bunch of rain. You want to come over here with the camera. And we got coon tracks right here. Coon and probably possum tracks right here. So, we're going to, you see that cubby right there? We're going to set in that cubby. That's a natural looking cubby. We'll put our trap in there and we'll come back in the morning and see what we got. So, now, let's talk about bedding the trap. How do you bed the trap? Well, first of all, when you're a fat guy like me, you got to get down here. Okay? And you just pick a spot that your trap, when you're doing coons, it's always best to try to keep your trap in the water. It just seems to work better that way. So, you squat down here, right? Find a spot where your trap can be lightly covered with the water. Okay, now I don't like that spot because if you see right here, right, oh, that water's cold. You see right there, there's a spot in that log that could stop my dog from coming all the way up. Now, that's about how much water you want it to be covered. So, I'm going to come in here and break the cardinal rule of touching it without any gloves, but in the water, that's kind of okay. Okay, so there we got it bedded. Okay, the trap is pretty firm to the touch. I might put some more dirt up underneath that one a little bit. Okay, yeah, it wiggles a little bit, but we got a pretty decent bedding. Okay, so now where would we place our bait? We take our stinky stuff. Okay, and then right here in this cubby hole, this natural cubby hole right here, we're just going to fill it full of gook. Okay, we'll fill it full of stinky stuff so that way when they come back, they will grab it. Now, how do I know that my trap and the raccoon will be here in the morning? I'm going to take some plain old trapper's wire. Toss me trapper's wire. As it magically comes in because I used the force. See that? The force. It came in. Jedi. Whoa. This is trapper wire. You can order it if you want to and pay the extra money to get the little bit of a thicker gauge. I have not had any problem with just straight rebar wire that I picked up at Ace or Home Depot. And all you do is unravel you a little bit. I need the force. Again, I got to use the force to get the Gerbers. And they should be gently thrown to me. Isn't that funny? Okay, take the wire, cut it. Whoop. I use the force. I toss it back into the bucket. I won't toss these. I'm in my pouch. Take your trap, wire it to the hoop there. Make a couple of forget-me-nots. Wraps there. Wrap it around something solid. This tree goes all the way across the creek. It's not going anywhere. So I won't have to be chasing Ricky Raccoon 40 miles with him attached to my trap. Wrap it like that. Now, I like to go the extra oomph and see that chain sticking out right there? I kind of want to leave this place almost as all natural as I can. Obviously I can't because I got that, but if I just push a little dirt and stuff on it, plus it smooths out where my big fat knees were, right? And smooth it out a little bit like such, and then you walk away. Now, I'm a firm believer that if you find a spot that's good enough for one trap, it's good enough for two. So, over here we've already set another little trap over here as it comes around over here, and I've got my pan with something shiny on it, so then that way the coon's curiosity, he'll reach down there to grab it. Got him, and he's not going to go anywhere. So, any spot that you find that you want to set a trap, look for signs. Poop, tracks. As we've been walking the creek bed, we found some freshwater mussels busted open, and they've been eaten. That's a good sign for coon, possum, otter. We've also found some really deep channels as we've been walking this creek, which makes me think that there's beaver. There either was beaver here at one time, or there's beaver here now. And so you just take a look around. You'll find little cubby spots that you can stick a little 220 over the hole. Shoot, it might be nothing but a rabbit, but still, you got rabbit, you got the meat, the fur, whatever. But when you find a spot that you think it's good enough for one, you look around, take a few minutes. You look around, there'll be a spot for 2, 3, 4, at least 2. And go ahead and take the time. If you're going to set 1, set 2. And so I hope this helps. We'll be back with more videos and more coon trapping, and we'll move on up the line, and we'll be back with a follow-up video to see what we caught, if we caught anything, or when we catch something. So thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to check us out on the web at www.bigbearhomestead.com, and check us out on Facebook, and of course you already see us on YouTube. Alright, well thanks everybody, and y'all have a good day, and good luck trapping.